Welcome to Obsession Engineering in the Isle of Man. It is absolutely stunning here, and I'm going to show you a few things you can do here when it's not TT. The first thing you can do on the Isle of Man when it's not TT is just come and enjoy this stunning countryside. Whether you're into walking, road cycling, mountain biking, clay pigeon shooting, horse riding, kayaking, it doesn't matter. Here there is something for everyone, and especially if you enjoy the quiet life, you will love it here. It's wonderful. So once you've done your sporty outdoor activities, there is of course a need for refreshment, and the best refreshment is ice cream, and the best ice cream is Davison's, and the best place to get Davison's ice cream is in Peel. Also helps that Peel is lovely. So we've got Peel Castle behind us, which is great. Fenella Beach is just along there. We've got a nice sandy beach here, and it's generally just a lovely place to be. So that's it. Come to the Isle of Man, eat Manx ice cream. It's the law. That's it, ice cream eating, and it was wonderful. There are of course other wonderful food stuff around here, especially if you like your seafood. There's queenies and kippers and crabs and all that sort of stuff, and it's all lovely if you like seafood. But enough about the food, let's get on the road and get to the next stop on our little trip. So behind me, inside the queue zone at Ballasalla, is the professional like championship table as used at the Crucible and all these other places now. And last night, John Higgins was playing on this table. So if we break for this game, the last person who broke before us was in fact John Higgins, which is pretty cool. Now normally in the queue zone it's quite a big place and there's an American pool upstairs and bits. Normally at this time of day it would be buzzing, but because they had the big match last night with John, it's a bit quiet today. So we've had a bit of a word and Daryl has opened up for us.
I was like one of the top amateurs as a junior player for a few years, and then went on to win the European under-21s. Like it is the biggest junior event worldwide, and that qualified me then to join the main professional circuit for a couple of seasons. Had a good couple of years on there, reached 75th in the world. Had a memorable match against Ronnie O'Sullivan, which some of your viewers may know. Lost 5-4 to him, having led him 2-0 and 4-3. So yeah, and then came off the tour, had a bit of time away, did other things, and then we've opened this place up now.
Right then Daryl, I'll let you break because I'm giving you a chance. Let's get going. You've not potted any. What are you playing at? I played snooker once as a kid. I'm not that bad at pool. How hard can this be? John Higgins, eat your heart out. Well, I hit the ball. It's not too bad. Right, you made that look too easy. I'm going back to riding motorbikes.
Better luck next time.
So having successfully failed to beat Daryl at snooker because he's actually good at it, it's time for me to get on my bike and head over to our next location. Next on the list of things to do around the Isle of Man when it's not TT is quite TT related, because we're at the Sim Centre in Union Mills. Now the sim behind me is like the F1 simulator for doing short circuit races, but in the other room there is another car for doing TT, or at least the mountain course. So let's get in there and have a look.
Right, so this is our Honda Civic. Started life as a standard Honda Civic Type R road car with a blown engine. So perfect for our simulator. First thing, engine out, PC in. If you come inside, we wanted to have it so it's completely immersive. So if you look out of the screens, all you'll see is track. Everything you can see that's white, as soon as we fire it up, and you'll see shortly, that will all just turn into live track action. So inside the car, we stripped everything out, fitted a full spec race roll cage. No one's going to roll it over, but it's always nice to climb over the real thing and feel like you're getting in a real race car. And then we custom made every single piece of bracketry for the wheel, the pedals, the shifter. We've got a sequential shifter here and a handbrake for doing some rallying, or even if we're just using touring cars, it's nice to have the sequential shifter. And then there's loads of little things under the skin that add to the immersion of the whole experience. So inside the seat, we've got what they call tactile transducers. So as soon as you set off and get any kind of road speed going, you'll get a vibration that comes through your bum. And if you hit any curbs, it really, really shakes you. And you'll feel that through the pedals as well, through the wheel. And even in the passenger side, we've got a foot plate. So if you're carrying a passenger for a passenger's ride and you hit a left-hand side curb, you get a load of vibration through the floor. Another thing we've added is an active seatbelt system. So down the back of the seatbelts run down to 2 motors in the back. So we put the harness on and we get it really tight. You go down to quarter bridge on the first lap, jump on the brakes and bang, it pulls really, really hard on your shoulders to just give you that feeling of G-force. Other little things is we have like a button box in here, and this allows us to change all sorts of things from brake bias, traction control settings, ABS, things like that, pit requests and all sorts of things. And then a small monitor up here that gives us a rear view camera, not so relevant in TT laps, but when you're doing short circuit stuff, you've got to see who's trying to put a pass on you.
So this is going to be kind of fun for me and Martin, and it's going to get a bit competitive, I'm sure. But also, if you're a newcomer to the Isle of Man, this is going to be brilliant because it's going to be better than sitting on your PC at home.
Better than sitting on your PC at home, and there's an element to it where it's better than even going out in the real car and doing some laps. We were speaking before about if you go to places like Kirkmichael and you drive through now, you'll be doing 20 miles an hour, you'll be behind a bus on one side, you've got 16 cars on the other side parked outside the shop, and you can't even see the road, never mind drive down it at speed. So at least you come through in here, you can still enter Kirkmichael at 100 miles an hour, flat out all through it, picking your line through the centre and trying to get your line right at the end. And things like that you can't practice until they close the roads. So for that, it's invaluable, really.
Right, it sounds excellent. Should we get in the car and have a go?
Let's get on it. Let's get on it, Dave.
So Martin's out on his hot lap and he's getting the hang of this, which is slightly annoying. This is an awesome tool for actually learning the course, and you can try some different lines, and it's slightly different car to buy, but the basic idea is obviously the same. And it's just great because you can crash it and bounce off the curbs and it doesn't really matter. And it means you can get the correct flow through the sequences of corner and stuff. So this is really, really cool. And of course, if you want to come and race your mates, you can actually do a 2-screen thing between another sim and the F1 car thing. And so you can even knock into your mates, which sounds even more competitive. What do you reckon, Martin?
I was going really well until I kept crashing.
But better to crash in the sim?
Well, not really. I was on my roof for 2.5 minutes.
Couple more laps by you being the top 20.
It wasn't too bad, was it?
No, it was good. It was good. Like,
Thank you. This is what I need. I need gentle encouragement, not mocking from David.
Yeah, it's just a bit of fun. Not like...
So you're in the wrong team if you want gentle encouragement. Mocking is what we do. Martin, you've done really well. Well done.
Thanks, Dave.
This is really good fun, not just if you want to do some laps, if you want to come and race your mates, it's good fun, or if you just want to come and have an afternoon not in the rain. So, thoroughly recommend the Sim Centre. There is, of course, one more reason why you might come to the Isle of Man when it's not TT, and it is the reason that I'm here at the moment, and that is to ride the iconic TT mountain course. With it being a public road, it is of course open to the public, so you can come and ride it pretty much whenever you'd like. All of the normal rules of the road do apply though, except there is one difference, and it involves that sign that's behind me. Because when you see the national speed limit sign, there is no national speed limit. So when you see that sign, you can go as fast as you like. And I'm planning to do that now, on the Tuono. Whoop! So that's it for our little weekend trip to the Isle of Man. There is, of course, a few places that I've not managed to visit. The Air and Military Museum is surprisingly good. The Derby Motor Museum is good. There is, of course, Derby Racetrack. There's a kart centre over there. There is loads of stuff to do on the island. But the most important thing is to get on your bike, get over here, and enjoy yourself. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time for some more motorbike fun.